in the basement. You want me?
No. I'm just saying when Cameron starts. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Cameron, man.
He just drowns you out. He drowns you out when you're talking, and he's wilding out. He drowns you out.
Yeah, this dude is hitting me with this
Well,
balloon.
I think people would rather see Cameron than they would Drew anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
You suck, Mexicali, man. I'm always be here to remind you of that.
So how did it go? Were you guys able to hand out the big birds?
Yeah, man. I put out the video yesterday for Thanksgiving around 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I seen it. Did you see my comment?
Yeah, I saw that. You have to remember that. And then I put first of all, I sent you a very nice reply, which I think I'm taking it back now.
I didn't see it. This is my comment to him. 8 minutes of motion sickness. Because never mind that how long you been doing this, Biz?
First of all, let me tell you something before you even
how long have you been doing this?
It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter.
He's look, Mexicali. He's got the phone in his hand and he's pushing buttons. Like you can see him like this, pushing buttons. I'm like, why am I looking at the car door like up like this? I could see the car door where he's grabbing the handle. I'm like,
okay, so
be professional.
No. Well, there is no professional when it comes to high school children. This is the problem.
But it was you. It was you.
Yes, but you got to understand. And I put that in there. I said, listen, sorry for all of the movement. I said, I'm video cameraing. I'm grabbing turkeys. I'm sending turkeys. I'm delegating kids to do turkeys. I was like, I can't. I didn't have a cameraman like I did last year.
You got a whole class full of cameramen.
No, I don't, because this is what happened. So the principal.
What happened was
whatever that a bunch of BS is coming your way.
Yeah, it's coming.
Put on your rubber boots.
Yep.
All right, go ahead, Drew.
So if you pay attention to the very first part of the video, the principal says he tore up the whole.
Yeah.
He tore up the whole school day.
The whole playbook.
Yeah,
that was cool though. I ain't gonna lie, that was cool. I got it. I was looking at. I was like, my principal ain't never did nothing like that.
Yeah, man. A lot of principals don't, but he had a whole day scheduled out for him. So they had a chance to watch the teacher versus student volleyball game. I did a short on that. If you missed that. But those who wanted quiet time could go to a classroom with a teacher in it for quiet time. They had Dungeons and Dragons in a room if you wanted to play that. They had board games and stuff in the cafeteria. Everybody else would be in the gymnasium. And they also had a gymnasium of athletics where they could play basketball or whatever they want, open gym. And then they had a gymnasium for the dance, because we have 3 gymnasiums. So
3.
Look, give it here if you don't want it. I knew you wouldn't go eat that. You don't like raspberries. You're just getting stuff out of the refrigerator.
The what? Out of the what? Say that again.
The refrigerator.
The refrigerator, huh?
Don't make fun of my English. Now look. So
public education at work, people.
At the time where I had specific students that were supposed to come out, they were all leaving up out of the gym at the same time. I had not known that was going on because he made it a surprise for everybody. So they plugged me into the student teacher volleyball game because I'm one of the volleyball coaches. We beat the kids too. We beat the sleeves off of them. It was like 46-12. We beat the sleeves off those kids, which is great. So in the midst of me stopping the game, going outside, you see the kids that were putting the turkeys up on the benches. Mm-hmm. So they boxed up the benches, and then we had to go in for the games. After the bell rings, security, of course, wants those kids to go straight to their buses. Stop hitting me with this balloon. So I still had to get the kids, kind of the ones that I were able to get early enough, but the ones that I wanted to get, I couldn't find, and cars were pulling up. So I got the couple of kids that were there. They able to give out a turkey or two, and then they was like, Mr. Clark, I got to catch the bus. I was like, of course. So they make a beeline out. now I have the after school kids that get picked up by their parents, which is it's only a few of them. But the young lady that you saw, she was like, I told my mom to pick me up at 4 because I told you I would help you. I was like, that's what's up. So now she's there, and it's her, me, and then Tyrese came like later on in the end. He was like, I asked you if you wanted help. I said, I told you I wanted help. But not when you show up at 3:45. He said, well, I had to get a ride. I was like,
that was the one that threatened to cuss on your video.
Yeah, now okay. He thinks he's grown now. So
because he graduated last year.
Because he graduated last year.
But he still lives at home.
Right.
So this is the comment I put, just so that y'all know. 8 minutes of motion sickness and good vibes. Because it was a real good, like I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is a good video. I like this. Because you and your students are credit to your community, and I hope there was did you give the kids that were helping turkeys? I was hoping they had some.
Yeah.
Like they would be the first ones.
You know what? The kids these days suck, man, because they don't want to eat turkey. But I know that, like, maybe your parents want to make, because it's kind of like the theme of the whole freaking holiday. I mean, not that it's probably supposed to be or whatever, but
it's a tradition.
I mean, even Charlie Brown had a turkey. Like, at least have one. I can't cook it for you. If your parents make it dry, that's on them. But you haven't had a good turkey. But at least you have one. So those that wanted one were able to get one, especially Naya. But I was like, if you don't want a turkey, I'll buy you lunch when you come back to school or something like that, just for helping out or whatever the case may be. Like I had a kid that was like, I don't eat turkey, Mr. Clark. I'll probably be eating a burrito taco for Thanksgiving.
Now, you know what it is? They probably didn't want to have to carry the damn turkey.
That's what it is. They were lazy. Yeah,
maybe so.
Speaking of,
but for those that know that their parents are going to need a turkey,
they take it to them.
They took that joint on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yeah, Mr. Clark, we needed this.
What about you, Mexicali?
No, we had a traditional turkey dinner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't do the whole bird anymore.
Oh no.
I've figured out. I found a recipe online where you kind of break it down and cook it in sections, and it's a lot better. No more dry turkey.
Yeah.
So you ain't standing around and you the head of the household when you cut it and you call it.
No.
See,
I guess those days are long gone.
Basically, what happens is you break down the bird, you separate the breast, the legs, and the wings. And then you're left with the carcass, right? So you use that for your broth. Cook it in a pot, and that's where you're going to get all your trimmings to do the gravy and all that stuff. Well, and then what you do is once you separate all these pieces, you sear them on a hot skillet so they get golden brown on both sides, and then you put them in a cooking tray. And you cook the breast to 155 and then pull them out and then continue cooking the legs all the way to 180 and then you pull them out and the residual temperature will bring them to cooking whatever it is that they're supposed
to. Seems like a lot of work.
Actually, it isn't. It only took me, no lie, about 45 minutes to do the whole bird.
Oh.
It's a lot quicker. Because you're not having to deal with the bones of the bird.
No. I actually had a Thanksgiving that, for the first time, I could say that I enjoyed.
Really?
For the first time, I don't like Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving is way down there with Easter, Valentine's Day. Those are my three least favorite holidays.
Easter, Thanksgiving, and Valentine's Day. Easter. Why?
Because I remember when I was a kid. I don't know how it is in your home, but like for us and growing up in Brooklyn, the Puerto Rican household, during Easter, summertime, no air conditioning back in the 70s and 80s, and they would dress us up in the hottest damn polyester dime store hand-me-down outfit. It was hot, man. And that's all I remember is how I had the ruffles and stuff down my shirt. a bow tie, and
Rough.
all I just wanted to play, but I couldn't because I couldn't get dirty.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get your butt.
You know what I mean?
You got dirty.
And I'm just hot and uncomfortable in summertime in New York.
It's like your family the one where the girls wear the dresses with the umbrella.
Yeah, they all go into a quinceañera. Yeah.
Well, for me, the worst. Well, not the worst part, but as a kid, the part I dreaded the most was having to go to church because the mass was longer than the traditional Sunday mass.
Yeah.
And
no air conditioning.
That was terrible. You had to sit there. You had to stay still.
Stay still. Yeah, can't talk.
You can't do anything. You can't even. I remember I've always been real fidgety, so I'd start swinging my legs back and forth, and I start rocking the damn bench, and I get smacked.
Yep. So, yesterday we had my youngest sister Bianca. She's married to my brother-in-law Tarek, and she had her child. And my cousin came over. She had her two kids. Basically, my dad moved into a place where there's no dog. He don't have no dog. He has a privacy fence and a yard that's well manicured because he's in the HOA, right? So the kids were able to play out in the yard without having to worry about stepping dog mess, without having, worry about tripping over something because the yard's all beat up and stuff. And they had a good time. It was nice to watch the kids play and have I know my mom's and my Titi Rosa, because, it was Titi Rosa's grandkids and my mom's grandkids. They were just sitting there just smiling, looking at their granddaughters, their grandbabies, run around and play. So, but we didn't. But Titi Rosa, she cooked the turkey, and I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna no. But she did like you, which they took it apart. So the turkey was already cut into pieces and shredded and stuff. And I was like, man, this is different.
Yeah, well, I didn't shred mine, but I did section it off. So it's like if you
quarters.
if you go to
quarters.
If you go into a chicken place and you get a bucket of chicken and you get the sections.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I did.
We did the same thing this year. Last year I deep fried the turkey. It came out pretty good, but
my sister never done deep fry.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
No,
it's good, but then you got 5 gallons of oil you don't know what to do with.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm so lazy. I just left it in there. So
everybody do. Everybody do. Look, you got this 5-gallon pot of used peanut oil that just sits there and coagulates, and you're just trying to figure out what to do with it for months. I did have Biz will probably enjoy this. For the first time in my life, because I don't like cranberry sauce. Mainly because the idea of taking something out and shaking it out of a can and it keeping the form is creepy as heck to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't like it. But my Titi Rosa, she made real cranberry sauce. She made it homemade.
Yeah,
and that is
hard to make.
It is tart. It got me right all up in there. I've never had it before. It was tart as hell.
Well, you see, that's the thing. When you make it yourself, you get to control how sweet you make it, because it's based on how much sugar you add. So that's why I like making it myself, because I'm not a very big. I am a very big sweet guy, but I got to make sure that I don't add too much sugar and kind of watch.
It was super tart.
Yeah,
super tart. I think I would have it homemade cranberry sauce. I tried it for the first time in my life. Homemade. It was super tart. As soon as I put it in my mouth.
Cranberries, that's what they are. But my sister quartered the turkey. We also had ham, and we also had steak. My niece made steak, so it was really good. But again, with the quarter turkey, actually worked out because everybody's usually a dark meat fan unless there's some way you can get that white meat from not being dry, or and I've been lucky to have women in my life that are actual cooks. So my mom was a culinary arts teacher and cooked down southern style, grew up. The wife is a culinary arts teacher also, so they know how to inject that breast meat and you know it still is nice and tender.
Now,
But
now
I've
my
had some dry turkey before, and
yeah,
it'll make you
yeah.
not want to have it no more.
Mida is not a culinary. She doesn't inject. I don't know how she do it. I think it's timing. She's figured out the timing, but she cooks turkey, and the white meat is still moist.
I
Yeah,
saw some my niece did steaks on TikTok, had the time and everything in there. Like they've got some people that actually know what they're doing. They also have some people that don't know what they're doing. But what I did look at a recipe, I sent it to the wife, but she had already had everything. They took butter and seasoned up the butter, melted it, and put it under the skin of the turkey before they even like lathered it on there. Then poured more of it on top of the turkey with the season on, then put a cheesecloth that also had the seasoning in it, and cheesecloth it and baked it from there. And I was like, dang, and that thing looked like it was going to be good all the way through. So, yeah.
So,
yeah, no, a lot of people what they recommend is that you brine it. So basically, that means like it's
well, like a salt brine overnight type
like
deal.
Yeah, exactly, and that'll keep it from drying out. But a lot of it is temperature related, and once you get it to a certain temperature, being able to turn it off. That's why I like the way that I did it, is because there's no way I'm going to overcook anything.
So we got a Mexican, black dude, Puerto Rican dude. I know in the chat there's white people. Do y'all really marinate y'all turkey in mayonnaise? I need to know. Not TikTok and stuff like that. I keep seeing this mayonnaise.
Lathered in mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Please in the chat, let me know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey.
Although you know what? Steve says that he does chicken like that to get the skin like super crispy, and I was like, "You're sick."
I seen that, and I was like, "Is that really a thing in white homes that they marinate?"
Like black people with barbecue, they use mustard as a binder on their barbecue.
Yeah,
that's good though. That's good. It gives it tangy. It gives a little zip, a little kick.
You know what you're
doing, little zippity doo dah.
Mustard, but I don't do that to my barbecue in St.
Louis. I don't do barbecue.
There you go.
No mayo on the turkey. Okay. So we're gonna disclose those rumors, but it's quite a bit of shorts and TikToks that have
Yeah. Still
like,
okay.
You're getting a pretty good response of no.
Okay, I was just curious. I didn't know. I was like, let me ask my white people on YouTube.
Hey, Mark S says just the white meat.
Hey, that's what we, hey, Mythbusting on Fish Planty Mas.
No, this is not Fish Planty Mas. That's on Saturdays.
Well, okay.
No, this is my channel. This is.
I can't keep track, man. You're all over the place. Speaking of, I gotta tell y'all, I can't catch your live streams, and I did catch for the first time in my life. I watched an entire replay of a live stream.
Okay.
And I realized you have a really good. You did a live stream with a dude. I don't know him. And because I couldn't see the chats or whatever, I couldn't get a link or anything like that but it was a dude in Kuwait.
Oh yeah.
That was a really good interview.
Aqua, yeah.
I was fascinated, and I wanted to see what I'd like for you to do is for all these people who you got from other parts of the world, put down at the end of the title, fish keeping in Kuwait, fish keeping here, because it was fascinating for me to hear what was going on fish keeping in a place like Kuwait.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That was one of the real reasons why I wanted to talk to him, was because I spent a lot of time, because I work a lot of graveyards.
Yeah.
At graveyards, there's not a whole lot of lives other than Craig going live in the middle of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty consistently. But once he's done, I'll start looking to see what else I can find, and I guess I've been doing it so much now recently that the algorithm automatically starts suggesting these channels
randoms
to me now. Yeah,
yeah
it's like I was watching this just today. I think his name is Steve Phillips. He's a guy out of Australia, Melbourne, I think to be exact. And fascinating. I mean, he's been doing this for about 40 years. He's got a lot of experience, but he doesn't have a big following. He's just kind of doing his thing. He's showing you what he's doing, but very interesting. I mean, so I'm gonna try to reach out to the guy and see if he wants to come on, and just kind of let everybody know that he's out there because he's doing some really really neat stuff, and that's kind of what I've been doing, and I've been very fortunate so far that I've been able to find some very interesting people, and also that they've accepted to come on, and so that's kind of where I'm kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, I think that's excellent what you said to
like
specify
where they're from, because I think that's always because we got so much American content, so much American content. I think the only, I mean, you can't count the Canadians because it's so similar. You know what I'm saying? As far as the way we keep fish. But like the European, I'm fascinated by watching German angelfish breeders because they're tight with their stuff. You know what I mean? They don't keep a whole bunch of fish and rando tanks all over the place, but what they do, they really really go in on. And I don't know, I just think that'd be real nice. In your life, huh?
We got a pretty big Australian community.
And they keep fish like us too.
Yeah.
And it's getting bigger
similar.
and bigger. It's just it's nice because they started interacting with us, and we go and support them too. And it's just it's been one of those situations where I like it. I really enjoy that aspect of it. I've always find it fascinating to see what other people are doing, anyways, which is why I like a lot of those store tours from anywhere outside of the United States. I find fascinating. Because
this idea of being a fish keeper in the desert is just crazy.
Yeah.
In the desert. I mean,
the thing to me was that I wasn't aware. I mean, I figured that
they had a lake or a pond somewhere.
Or streams, at least
something.
Streams. But he says that they don't have any streams. I mean, even out here in Arizona, I'm in the desert, and we do have have streams.
Yeah, like I was when you was asking him that, I was like, no, ask him if there's any bodies of fresh water, like stream, kind of like, he was like, no, nothing. Yeah. Straight Sahara desert, baby, sand dunes and camels. And I was like, hold up. So how do y'all drink? Like, why would you live there? It's hot and just thirsty.
Oh no, I was off with this guy's name. It's Craig Parrish.
Huh?
Craig Parrish is the gentleman that I was talking about, because Mark wants to get his link, and I'm trying to find it. So
who, the guy you talked to the other day?
Have you seen
the guy that I was watching this morning? Yeah, and I was kind of chatting him up.
Have you seen these?
What's that? How do I wait?
Let's see. This is changed.
What? It switched over, man. It looked like a piranha or something.
It does. Flashlight fish.
Glow light, like with the little light thing underneath their eye.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Those are super cool, man.
They're a type of tetra.
They look like
lamplight tetras.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what they're called. Lamplight tetras. Is that what they're called?
It's that flashlight tetra where they got the bioluminescent up under their eye.
Yeah,
but it glows and they stay in the dark, but it glows to where those look like the actual eyes.
Yeah.
When I first saw that, I was like, man, what the hell is that? And how can I get some?
I always thought they called lamp lights.
I mean, somebody beat me to it? Yeah.
Who is it?
I was too slow, Jeff.
Yeah.
And he was showing he was at first he only had his tank up, and he was just kind of had music like wind chimes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just usually when that happens, I'll just kind of leave a message or something, but he responded immediately. So we just started chatting, and because he had a really nice tank with a bunch of. Oh wow, those are saltwater though.
Lantern eye tetras, yeah. Lantern eyes, lamp lot,
But
yeah.
those are not
Cool.
freshwater though.
No, saltwater.
So,
Super cool though.
I personally shy away. Like I mean, nobody cares. I'm just one sub, right? But when I come onto videos where they're just showing a fish tank with music, I immediately don't watch. I immediately go somewhere else. I just can never do that. It just bores me.
Yeah. Well, what I found interesting was a couple of things that he was doing. One, that he
Right,
had a
Jill?
bunch of crevences. He had spawned and they were starting to grow out. So it must have been like a 29-gallon. He must have had like 50 crevences in there,
Yeah.
all like juveniles. And then he had some really big Amazon swords, and I like what he did because if you're trying to breed, sometimes you don't want to put plants in there because then it becomes a problem too.
Hard to get the fry out.
Yeah, but he did it. He put them in the ceramic, not the ceramic, but the clay pots,
Uh-huh.
and so that you could just pull them out and then be able to get the fish out of there. And I thought that was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
That's what I was talking about, Biz. You need to get some Amazon swords and put them in clay pots.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't tear your whole, because you already have the fish in there. You already have the substrate down. I wouldn't take all the substrate out. I would, in that tank you have with the discus, I'd put clay pots with Amazon swords in there.
And
I
they
could
were
probably-
pretty big too.
Plus, that clay would be good for your plants anyway. So
Yeah, so now I found that, and that's what I was asking about, and we just started going back and forth. I think I had seen, I don't know if that's a real popular thing down there in Australia, because I know Blake, Blake Aquatics, I think is his name.
Mhm.
I've seen him do that with some of his aquarium. I think that was the first place I ever saw that.
what?
They were using the little clay pots with the plants.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen it a lot over
I
the
hadn't seen it
years.
before.
I've done it,
Oh, okay.
but it wasn't something I like. Let me show you how to do clay pots in a thing. I just did it and just didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I did it for the same reason, was when I was breeding angels, and I would pull the pots out and be able to, do that. But I didn't think to make a video on it. But in the future, maybe that's something I might do, or Biz could do that video if he ever does it in his tank. I think it's a really cool look. I see a lot of angelfish breeders and discus breeders will do it in bare bottom tanks so that they can have the benefit of having plants in the tank,
Yeah.
but still have a clinically clean, sanitized tank. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they can vacuum the
You can vacuum the glass. So you still get that, because that's what it's for. It's so that you can still have the benefits of having the life in your tank with the plants, but not have to worry about moam and all that other stuff when you're breeding fish.
So and I thought that was kind of cool. But what happens? I think for some reason I got up extremely early today. Well, I know what it is. It's usually when I do that transition from working graveyards, and my first night that I get to actually sleep in the night, I only sleep maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, because I'm used to that sleep cycle.
Yeah.
So I tried staying up as late as I could, and I went to bed probably around 9:30. Well, by 2 o'clock I was already up, and but my wife is asleep and the house is quiet. So I came over here to the garage, and I started tinkering around with the fish room, and then I decided to turn on YouTube to see what was going on, and that's when I saw him, and then we were just talking for a while, and then but that was just kind of, when I saw that I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool.
It was really cool to see somebody else in a place like Kuwait, him talking about what it's like to be because I know he mentioned they had a super big mall and stuff like that, but I know you was trying to ask the question, like, are fish as easily accessible? Then he had the variety, but it was really cool to hear that. I'd like to know more stuff, like keeping fish in Norway or places where it's really, really cold, or other places like the desert.
Yeah.
That'd be it. Anyway, I just think it was interesting. Y'all need to go check it out.
Yeah. So like I said, and it was funny because the way, and I asked him because I couldn't remember. I didn't know if it was somebody that I had kind of stumbled on, but it turns out that he actually stumbled on me, and it was during one of my Spanish live streams, and he had a comment. You see, and when I saw it, I thought it was somebody I had seen in one of the subscribers and one of the guys from Mexico that I know, because I go a lot of those streams too, and I thought I seen him there, but that's why when he asked me that, I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is not somebody that I've seen before, and then just I obviously went and checked out his channel to see who that was, and then I started seeing what he was doing. What I'm going to be honest, what really caught my attention was the header he has in his channel, where he's got the red plants and they're just like popping, and I was like, oh, okay. And I started looking, and I saw that he's more into the aquascaping part of the hobby.
I was trying to, because you asked him in that thing about his red plants, and I was hoping you was going to ask him what's the secret to keeping red plants, because I've asked that question from, when I was, Bentley Pascal was on the chat, and I asked that question, and nobody really gives me a serious answer on how to keep red plants red, because there's this one particular plant. I got a tank that I want to do. It's in my head, and one day in the future I'm going to do it, but it needs to be in like a 75. And I want it to have this particular red plant, but every time I get it, I end up turning the plant green.
It's
I've even asked
intensity.
Is it red or like a pinkish red?
Red. But I've even asked Dustin, and he said it was the lights. And I'm like, so if you have plant lights,
man.
Like, is there a special red intense light? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you just need a full spectrum light.
I do have those on some of these tanks that I've tried this on. Some people have said I can't get it. Some person told me to put terracotta pieces in there. I've tried that.
That's iron, but
I don't know, bro.
If you're gonna do that, you're better off not using the pots, because it's gonna take forever for those pots to break down. I would almost say get the actual terracotta clay. And just
I get the pots and I break them up, and
since if it's already baked, it's gonna take forever for that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. The clay. Yeah. I was looking for that cat litter that somebody said put, but I could not find it, and I was afraid of putting kitty litter in my tank because I don't know nothing about. I hate cats. I don't know nothing about kitty litter, so I was looking, and it was saying clay kitty litter. It reduces smell, and I was like, does it have something in it that reduces smell? Like, I'm not putting that in my tank, At any rate, yeah, I'd really like to know the secret to keeping red plants red.
Yeah, but the biggest thing that I know is going to be a very good light, and I don't know if CO2 will play into it, because CO2 is just making it grow faster.
I don't know, man. Dude, if somebody would tell me that I trusted and it was like this would 100% work, I'd spend the money and get lights. But hey, thank you, thank you, Adele. I'm not really willing to spend that type of money on lights if someone just talking out they. I need to know for a fact.
I'm almost 100% sure it's lighting, quality of lighting. For the red plants, you got to have that intensity. Yep, there you go. Even Ritesh.
Red plants need high lumen lights. High lumen lights. Now, what's the par like? For instance, I watched. You know what? Biz. There's this one lady I saw, right, and she was talking about. It was a father fish style type tank that she was not necessarily a father. It was on the same subject. She had a very low subscriber count, and a lot of it was because she's,
Paula from Canada.
No, this was an older black woman.
Yeah, Paula.
Is that her? She's Canada, Canadian.
Yeah, she's Canadian.
Yeah. And she was
She
talking.
speaks very softly, very
Yeah,
polished.
very. Yeah. I haven't seen anything come from her yet. I subscribe to her, but I haven't got it. I don't get a whole lot of fish videos on my
Well,
queue.
I just got one recently that she did
Well,
maybe 3 or 4 days
I
ago.
my queue is I'm all over the place. I don't, like, yeah, I'll watch the occasional fish video if it pops up on my queue, but I'll look for other stuff, and the queue is caring about what you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when I look for other subjects,
Yeah.
like MMA, boxing, political stuff, um, how to, DIY stuff, like, but not fish stuff. It's other stuff related. Cafe racers, I'll get a lot of that. I love cafe racers, motorcycles. It gives me more of that, and comedy. It gives me more of that stuff because that's what stuff that I actually look for. So I don't get a whole lot of fish tube stuff on my queue.
Okay.
But she was talking about some red plants one time, but I don't really know her that well to spend on. Oh, she was talking about par light. That's what it was. How much light for how much tank you have, and I thought it was pretty interesting, but I wasn't sure, so I'd have to hear it a couple more times before I believed it.
Is this the lady you were talking about? Aqua Pao?
Yeah, that's her. She
Yeah,
did a video.
She's been picking up a lot of subscribers recently, which I'm glad to see.
Where's she at?
She's at 815. When I came to her channel,
Yeah,
she was in the low 300s.
Yeah.
She was in the low 300s. But the only thing is that I wish she would turn up her volume on her recording.
Yeah. And that's why I said I know she's new at it because there's a lot of video making mistakes that she's making. But that aside, Fish Geeks would really love her.
Oh yeah.
Fish Geeks would really love her, the information, the way she tells stuff. But she was talking about lighting and how much lighting per tank and da 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 da. And I thought it was interesting. But
yeah, no, as a matter of fact, I was trying to get her to come on to Fish Plants.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
And because I know she's got a science background. I know she's got a doctorate. I just don't remember what it was in. I don't know if it's horticulture or something like that.
I don't know.
Because she mentioned it in one of the very first videos that I ever watched from her channel. But yeah, I like what she's doing.
Yeah, she'd be really cool for you to have on there, man.
I've got a teacher that wants to turn his fish tank into aquaponics.
Oh, word?
So
now that's cool.
He asked me if that would be all right because he's the environmental. He's the environmental teacher for the environmental science team or club or.
And see,
I told him, I said, yeah, as long as I can film it.
Yeah, and see, that's one of the things that I like. People always ask me, well, what's your, what's my channel about and stuff like that. And really, dude, I just want to get people started so that they're inspired to go further in other directions, whether it be aquaponics, salt, black water, African cichlids, but the foundation, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about. So that'd be cool to have somebody do aquaponics. But hold up. You're gonna start teaching these kids how to do aquaponics. Next thing you know, there's gonna be all kinds of raids going on in your neighborhood because these kids don't learn how to do aquaponics and they done messed around.
It ain't gonna work. They need big old bioload fish.
Well, the teacher that's doing it, Mr. Tuts, is a super good guy. He super quirky and one of those idiot savants. Like he just kind of like is a genius.
Yeah,
by his own right. So, but I don't even know how to explain him. Once you see him on video, you'll see what I'm saying. Like, it's always smiling, and he's a foreign language teacher. So, but he knows like a hell of a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, and aquaponics is one of those. So when he looked at he's like, yeah, I was wondering if you know, I could turn the tank into aquaponics. I was like, hell yeah, as long as you one condition, you let me film it for YouTube. He was like, yeah, that doesn't seem like a problem.
Yeah, no, that should be fine.
So I don't know the first
what
part
kind
of
of
that,
fish does he
so
have in
it'll
that
be a
aquarium?
good little learning curve for me too.
What is it? What's he keeping in that aquarium that he wants to turn into an aquaponic aquarium?
Well, I grabbed him a 10-gallon, and he's got like 3 Daniels in there.
Oh, okay. So he's
So
probably just gonna do some herbs, you know, like cilantro or basil or some very easy to grow stuff.
Yeah,
That
I'm
should
with
be
it.
that should be cool because that'll teach the kids that they can do, you know, something else besides just keeping fish.
Yeah. I'm eager to see what he has planned. Being part of the environmental club and whatnot. It's cracking, Big Steve.
Yeah.
It should be interesting.
So you're not going to be doing the biology class. You're not. Are you going to continue to do the fish club, or is that also kind of out the?
So I had to exchange the fish club for the Costa Rica Kids Club because I
Oh,
have to
okay.
get those kids to Costa Rica next month, and it's really coming down to the wire as far as the selection and getting them interviewed and everything else. It's a lot of it's
So
kind of
why Costa Rica?
so the program that they've been doing has been running for the last 10 years in the city of St. Louis with some of the city schools.
Okay.
And it just turns out that Costa Rica was the spot, was the very first spot that they had launched. But since then, they've got is it Ecuador, Venezuela. They got a team going to Venezuela, also doing coffee beans there.
El Salvador, probably.
No,
You probably talk. You was trying to think of another place, probably El Salvador.
I don't remember them saying. Is Ecuador like? Does that sound about right for coffee?
That's South America, yeah.
Yeah, so those South American countries there. So Costa Rica was the first spot. So we're going to go there since they have they already have a team there and everything else, and they've already done it for the last decade there.
But
So
is it? What are they going to Costa Rica for? Just to go study the jungle, or they're
they're going to immerse themselves in the cultivating of their coffee beans.
okay? Oh, okay. So it's all coffee related.
Right. So,
Okay.
but while we're there, they'll also be getting like a history of the area. They'll take walks through the forest type stuff. And
Are they going to talk about the rat doodle? Rat doodle coffee?
Yeah, the coolie loop. No, what's it called?
Yeah, you know what? Y'all can keep that the rats and the elephant doodle. Y'all can keep that coffee. I don't want none of it.
Didn't know about that.
Yeah, they feed elephants and rats coffee beans, and then they doodle them out, and then they make coffee out of those coffee beans. And it's supposed to be like fancy.
Well,
some people got way too much money, huh?
It's not rats.
They do rats too.
It's a civ cat.
It's a big rat. It's a rodent. I don't care. The little rats, big eared rats called rabbits. I don't fluffy tail rats called squirrels. They're all rats. They're all rats.
Civet coffee is what it is. Is that how it civet maybe?
Rat doodle coffee.
No, but
I don't know. They didn't mention that. So
they do elephants too, in India.
It's Asian, not South American. It says.
Yeah, well, Funkhead was not very well educated. He doesn't know the difference.
Look, they got rats in South America too, man. I'm sure the rats is eating the coffee beans. Somebody out there is drinking it.
Yeah, they didn't mention that part. But the kids are going to immerse themselves into the culture. They'll be able to go out to where the coffee beans are at. They'll see them getting grounded. They'll be able to put on the lab tech jackets and be a part of it. And then we'll also be able to bring them back, and they'll be able to sell them into our farmers market here in the community, to the community.
So they're going to be taught how to roast them and all that stuff, right? How to process them.
Yeah. So and then become little entrepreneurs as they have a whole selling pitch and you know.
Man, hold up. I got a problem with that.
Oh Lord.
No. You're gonna have all these kids calling themselves baristas and getting handlebar mustaches all spent around like that, and man buns and tight ankles all out and everything.
In the 10 years of the city kids in St. Louis, I've never seen a handlebar mustache on either one of these kids, nor have they called themselves a barista.
Hold up. Mia. Yeah. Watch this. So my daughter Mia, she loves when I put on this thing, but she hates when I have it sideways. All right, now what? Come on. Now what? You gotta put it side. All right. Do I look good now? Now I gotta wear this.
Is that jungle cat fur on that Santa hat?
Huh? Yeah. This is the way, but she doesn't like it because the Santa Claus that she sees is white there. It's not, like that. But
why you got a leopard Santa Claus
what's going on. And the
I don't know.
of Funk's house.
I don't know.
They just made it extra zesty.
But this is I gotta walk around all day, no matter how hot it is. I gotta keep this on.
The things we do.
If I take it off, she'll put it back on.
She's watching you?
Occasionally, she'll dip her head back in the room to make sure I still have it.
There you go. You
Anyway.
got an approval here from Mandy.
But it's inside out because she's used to the white. Let's see. I'll try and put it regular. See if she'll make me change it if she sees it when she comes in.
So when do you start prepping for the hams? Now that you got the turkeys out of the way.
I'm just thinking, as soon as December hits, we'll just see what time, see when they'll be putting out the hams.
Mia.
Did the store work with you on the pricing for those turkeys? Or
hey.
Say that again.
Did the store end up working with you on the price for the turkeys?
So the way when it was explained in the video, when they were talking about, you buy it for whatever the case may be, it was contingent on actually buying other product out of the store. So had I had already made a conscious effort of what I was going to get, but while I asked you guys, it was too late. I wasn't able to leave the school at that time to grab the stovetop or the Jiffy or whatever we were talking about. Yeah. So I think it worked then, but he had did is he had already kind of pre-packaged like 5 per box and had them kind of like ready to go. And he kind of finagled the price wise for me to kind of have to pay the same price for each box. So I couldn't be mad at that.
All right, let's get this out of the way now. Christmas should be easier. All right, you shouldn't be on your live stream talking about stressing over stuff like stuffing. Like you was having a hard time wrapping your head around stuffing. I don't know stuffing. Should I get stuffing or should I get biscuits or should I get like I'm like, yo, just get the damn stuffing. Like it's not a big deal. Like me and Mexicali were in the chat like, oh my God. He is really reading way too much into this.
Hey man, I be wanting stuff to be perfect when I do it, man. I just be having a feeling like people will be like, "Nah, we don't want no damn stuff, and we'll just take the turkey."
Here's the one thing,
Kinky Santa.
People understand the generosity of what you're doing. That the last thing they're ever gonna do is go like, "Oh, I don't want this." They're not gonna scuff at you for that stuff.
Nah.
I mean,
yeah, but you know what? And in my head, I'm so student focused and student minded that's what I hear from student. Like nah.
You really you got to be mama minded.
Yeah,
mama minded, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. You take a turkey and stuffing that all they gotta do is put some water, some butter, a little bit of adobo in there. And boom, that quick, instant side, she gonna be happy.
Yeah.
It takes like that long to make stuffing, man.
All right. Well, while we're on it, then, what's the accoutrement for ham?
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. It's pretty. You get corn. You could get scallops, au gratin or whatever.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese. This should be a lot easier. You know what I mean?
Simple.
I would think mac and cheese and ham might be the deal. What, like just Kraft box or whatever? If people still eat this, what's going on?
Hey, dude, they're not gonna get mad at you. Okay. They're gonna be happy. Hey, guess what we're having? We have macaroni. Wow, we don't. It's thanks. It's Christmas. Yeah, but it was free. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And it's gonna fill your belly, and everybody around the table is gonna be able to get a full belly, and just be happy spending time with each other, because that's what it's about.
Yeah, facts.
Right, in pigeon peas. What's pigeon peas? That's
is that? I heard of chickpeas. I ain't never heard no pigeon peas.
Same thing except pigeon.
Pigeon. What do you mean?
Hold on, wait. Chickpeas are not from a chicken, though.
Yeah, no, that's a chickpea is a garbanzo.
Yeah. What's a pigeon pea?
It's like a garbanzo bean.
You are not helping at all. Like, what? Where do they come? Like, do you just?
Unfortunately, this man is the one that's educating your future.
Not in food.
That's
not in food.
Gandules.
Hey, that's why they call them pigeon peas. When I worked out in New York, right, I used to be on roofs.
I am not Spanish. There we go. That's those two chinatas.
We never call them pigeons. Chinata. That's not even a word.
No, but you don't want to say the real word, because that's calling you out.
It's a who?
That's the equivalent of the N-word.
Damn, for real?
I was about to say.
Really?
What I was saying?
What you
really? I never heard that.
If you would have said it correctly, that is the equivalent of saying the N-word in Spanish.
Oh, that's
I never heard that.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, those garbanzo beans in Brooklyn, they're all over the roofs.
I thought
everywhere. Everywhere in the roofs, and it's because the pigeons crap them out. And I'm like, what is it about these beans that we eat all the fucking time? We eat all the time.
There's no worries.
Oh yeah, I forgot you be having Steve up here.
Yeah.
What is it about these beans that we eat? I've eaten my whole life that pigeons can't digest, because they be all over the roof. So that makes sense. Pigeon.
You get them actually out of the pigeon butt.
No. It's just when pigeons eat them, they don't digest them. They just the bean be on the roof.
They poop them out.
Well, yeah, it's like
I guess that's why they call them pigeon peas.
So you're on my case for civet coffee, and you're eating pigeon butt beans.
We don't eat them after; they just be on the roof after. I just realized that pigeons can't digest them.
So wait,
we eat them.
You eat them, but they're not from pigeon butt.
No,
pigeons eat them; they just can't digest them.
Yes,
the same peas that you're eating.
It's no different than you eating corn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was always wondering what's up with these beans that I've eaten my whole life, that if a bird eats them, they can't digest. I always was curious about that. But now that somebody calls them pigeon peas, I get it. I get it.
Gandules.
Yeah.
So what is a gandule then?
It's like a lima. I give you what you gave me. You know what I mean?
I just like saying garbanzo.
It's a bean, man. It's a bean.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool. There you go. This is what they're going to be called from now on.
Pigeon butt beans. Yeah.
You're all welcome.
Mm-hmm. But back to the
DJ Guppyfish still eating Vienna sausages with
salchichon.
Wait, what?
Salchichon is what they call it.
Salchichon. That's what y'all call Vienna sausages?
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm just gonna say yeah, just for the sake of argument. Yeah, that's exactly what we call it. Salchichons.
They come in the little
beanie weenies. Yeah, not beanie weenies, but yeah, the little Vienna sausages. We call them salchichons.
See, for some reason, I thought it was like the whole sausage that you guys called salchichon.
Salchichas.
Little weenies.
So what's the big sausage? It's called chorizo.
No, that's either
Chorizo.
Spanish. That's either if you're talking about chorizo, it's going to be either Spain chorizo or Mexican chorizo.
I like the Mexican one. I never had the Spain one. Mexican one's good.
The Spain is more like a regular.
I always get chorizo and
Bro, I had this Mexican homegirl one time, and she made me a breakfast omelet with chorizo in it. I was like, God damn, that was good. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Spanish chorizo is more like.
Oh shoot, my wife's coming home. I gotta find the baby.
Wait, you better not be in that toilet. You better not be in that toilet.
Better be in that toilet.
I know you ain't in that toilet.
Better be in that. You've been quiet for a little while. I don't know what happened.
He'll be that little baby in that fish tank, like the one that went viral.
Didn't you see Cameron playing around? I didn't see him. He must have just did it. I was looking at him 5 minutes ago. He must have just did it, babe.
That's exactly how it be.
That's how I do. Everything that happens when she come home, they just now did right before you walk through the door.
Hey, Zen, look busy. Look, when she's like cleaning or I don't know whatever she's doing upstairs, and I'm sitting here watching. I hear her come down the stairs.
Yep.
You know good and hell well you wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I never know what to do.
I act like this.
Why we gotta live our lives like that, man?
I don't know. Like,
it's not fair, man.
I'll hear the key.
The same thing for us. We come in, they don't give a damn.
No. Yeah. But we gotta act like something's like I'll hear the key. I'll be on the couch watching TV, knowing I've been watching TV for like 3 hours
the whole time.
Yep, and then she'll clack. And as soon as she opened the door, I'm like, snap, I must have dozed off.
Yeah.
I won't sit here wide awake, not doing nothing all day watching TV. I was tired from work, baby.
You've done
that.
This whole time. I've been getting nothing but I've been sleeping till like 12. She was like, "So you're just gonna sleep the day away?" I said I had to go to work for 2 days. I did a whole volleyball game and passed out mad turkeys while you were just chilling here, man. You didn't even have to work on Monday or Tuesday. You had a whole week off. Can I sleep? Monday is back to the BS. I gotta wake up all early and whatnot.
That's the problem.
Besides, what do you want me to do? What are we doing? I mean, we can only clean the bathroom so many times. Like I don't understand.
Hey, Jeff.
It's
Are
just
you gonna
never
hop on
done.
up here, Jeff, or what? He's under the excuse that he's got to work.
What's up, Emma Rose?
Emma Rose, wow.
Oh yeah.
She tripped me out.
She'd be going off over there with Mike and Troy and Corey.
With who?
With Mike, Troy, and Corey on their live stream.
I'm thinking about different Emma Rose.
No, that's the one that's here. Emma.
Oh, the one that rocks with Jess?
One of the Beavers. Huh?
Yeah, one of the Beavers. Okay.
Yeah.
Corey.
She'd be wilding out there with Mike. Mike loves the quad.
Oh, that Corey. Okay, yeah. No, she's cool. She told me some crazy story that I was fascinated by. I'm not gonna retell the story. That's on her to tell, but it was fascinating to me. She was telling me the story, and I'm like, yo, I can't believe you're telling me this right now. We just met, but it's awesome.
She is hilarious.
She was afraid for me to walk at night in Daytona because she thought I was gonna be victimized. And in my head, I want to be like, yo, we're in Florida. I'm the big bad wolf out here. Like, you need to watch the news. Like,
what Emma didn't know is that you actually were looking to get victimized.
I was hoping. Please, somebody get me. There. Yeah, I was walking backwards and everything.
I'm walking backwards. It's crazy.
Doing crab walks.
I hope I don't bump into nothing.
This is crazy.
It's the strip, man. I saw this one lady and she was walking around in a gold thong and pasties, gold pasties. You know what I mean? And just right there, she wasn't even coming from a club or nothing. She was just, it was the strip because there was no strip club on the strip. So
it
she was just
it was a gentleman's club there, called Beef.
Hold on. What type of gentleman's club was called Beef?
It's called Beefies or something like that.
That's like the Blue Oyster. That's like the Blue Oyster.
I didn't go inside.
Yeah, you did.
What you say? Like, I didn't go inside, but the bar was money.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know where I got this glitter from. I got it from Beef. I got it from Beefcake. I went to a place called Beefcake.
I was in college and they were like, let's go to this spot. I was like, okay, I didn't know what to. So I go in and I'm like, just looking around. I was like, there's like a big screen of Bette Midler playing, and I'm like, yo, where we at?
Yo, true story.
Oh, I got one for you too.
Cross my heart, hope to die, stick a needle in my eye. So when I had got out of the army and I was fit and everything and all that stuff, you know what I mean? I started bouncing. I worked for a bouncing company, right? And we had accounts with different bars and clubs that we used to bounce at. There's one bar, club, whatever you want to call it. It was called Nutty Buddies. And whatever you imagine in a bar called Nutty Buddies was, yes, you're right. That's exactly what it was. But it was crazy. Like, you just saw so much wild stuff. Like, I remember one time there was a fight up in the dressing room because the performers was fighting, and I ran up there, and it was two grown men all up wearing stockings, and they had stocking on their head from where they dress and drag and all that stuff, and they was swinging like this, and I was like, what do I do? You know what I do? I get in the middle of this and break it up because they're not hurting each other at all. Like, but it was just funny. It was just funny to me.
So you just oiled up and joined them?
Yeah, I did. My dad used to
do that. That's the stuff he does.
My dad, I told my dad about it. He was like, yo, you still working at that place, Naughty Booty? I was like, yo. But I'm gonna tell you what though, it was funny, man. It was so funny. Just watching the people, everybody, they're living their lives, but in their own way. But because they had to live in secrecy, when they was out at the club amongst themselves, they was open. They were wild. You know what I mean? Because they was like, yeah, this is our opportunity to be me. Because, you know, during the day, they had to be somebody else, you know? So they was always extra, you know? Like, they wouldn't say security. It was always security. It took them like 15 minutes to say security. Like, it was like, yo, stop calling me that. For real.
I got asked to bounce, man, but it was like after the club had got shot up. Like, it was the bouncer was like, you know what? You make a good bouncer here.
Make a big target.
No thanks. I mean, I'm big, but I'm not bulletproof big.
The funniest part is, like, if you was a someone who went to college for, you know, psychiatry, social stuff, you know what I mean? Like, the way people act and think and stuff like that is fascinating. Because this bar, no lie, this bar was in Norfolk, Virginia, and it was down an alley. So you had to go down an alley to get to it. And you'd see, you know, so we're down in this alley with dumpsters and stuff beside us. It's like right out of a movie. But you can look down and you see the street where they have to turn in to come down the alley to come, and you would see a guy walk. He'd look. He walked back the other way. And then he walked back the other way. And eventually he'd come up and he'd say, and the whole time we're like, bro, you know you want to come in here. Stop acting like you don't know. You know what I mean? So eventually he'd come up. He'd be like, yeah, what type of bar is this? You know, we tell him what type of bar it was. He was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna go in and get a drink. Yeah, dude, live your life, man.
Nah, you want to come in here and get your booty on.
Come over here and live your. Yeah, I was like, dude, Ain't no judgment up in here, man. Go ahead, do whatever you're gonna do. But yeah, I remember this other spot because there was two spots. This other spot, I walked into the men's bathroom and I had to break up an altercation, where the excuse was, oh, I had to tell him something. To where my response was, that is not a microphone. You know, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Do I kick them out? I don't know. I don't know what to do. So yeah, I had to tell the dude that's not a microphone. You can't do that in the bathroom.
That's wild, dog.
Yeah.
No, I don't. You see, I don't know how.
He had dreads too, so it was all over the place. The
I
dude
don't know
that
how
was
familiar people are with the crossing of the border from the United States into Mexico. But at most border crossings, almost as soon as you cross over, the first things you're going to see are bars. They're all seedy bars. They're not like these real nice nightclubs.
Mhm.
They're really dives, right? And I remember for my 16th birthday, this is when I was living down in Mexicali. I used to, from downtown, from the border crossing, it would take us probably about 30 minutes to walk there. That's how close I was to the border living down there. So this is my 16th birthday. My mom decides, all right, you can have some of your friends over. We'll let you have some drinks or whatever, but you guys have to stay here at the house. So that was cool. All right, whatever. She bought us a bottle of a 2 liter bottle of Presidente. It's a real cheap brandy, and we started drinking or whatever. So come around like 2 o'clock in the morning, everybody's asleep. Whatever, we're wasted. And with us hanging out was a guy that was a senior. His name was Franco. What the hell was he hanging around with freshmen and sophomores? I don't know, right? But either way, he was hanging out with us, and he decides, he goes, "Why don't we go bar hop?" I had no idea. I had just turned 16, and we're just like, all right, whatever. So it was 6 of us, so we all start following him down, and all these bars had names like El Dólar, the Fan, what was another one? Aces. You know, real legit bars and strip clubs, right? But you go in there.
yeah.
The women are, have seen better days.
Ah.
And all this, right? But we always knew that somewhere in that vicinity there was a gay bar. That was, everybody knew that, but we of course didn't know where it was at. Well, anyways, we started bar hopping. We go from one bar to the other one, and they're all like run down, very depressing situations. It was just bad, right? But
Yeah.
being that we're teenagers, for us this was like super fascinating, right? So we start going, and we're getting a beer at every one of these. Nobody's carding us. Nobody really cares. Obviously we looked like kids, but they didn't. We were paying for drinks. They didn't care as long as we weren't causing any problems. They weren't going to kick us out. But for us, this was like, this is like the most daring thing we had done. Well, anyways, we started going.
Where y'all at? This Bourbon Street? This is on Bourbon Street?
California, man.
Mexicali in Mexico.
Oh, Mexicali, yeah.
Yeah, this is in Mexico. And so we start going, and there's like 3 streets that are all these bars are at, right? So we start going to the very 3rd street, and I remember this place very vividly because it was different from all the rest. For one thing, it was super clean. I mean, clean. You walked into the other ones, and the floors were sticky. Everything smelled.
Yes.
Like that, a great thing. Yeah.
And then we're coming
anything
up to this
goes.
one. It's white walls, very well lit, and there was a doorway, right? And the doorways were, it had like, you could see that it had regular doors, and then it had some red velvet curtains. And so we're like, all right, let's go check it out. So we walk in there, we pull the curtains apart.
Goes down.
Everything was red lights, and what stood out immediately, they had paintings on the walls. They had these little like cafe tables, not a bar. It was like, or booths. It was like little cafe tables. Everything super clean. It smelled really good, and was like, what the fuck? We thought it was a real fancy bar, right? Mm-hmm. So we're coming out of the, from the light into the darkness, right? So we're not really focused here. We're not paying attention. So we go straight up to the bar. We get to the bar, and it's 6 of us drunk, being real rowdy and noisy. And the bartender turns over and looks at us, and you can see like a look of concern. Right over to us.
You're not in the right place.
Well, he goes, I said, hey, can we get 3 beers? No, what was it 6 beers? And he goes, you don't want to drink here.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the hell? No, we want 6 beers. He goes, you don't want to drink here. But it's not registering because we're half drunk.
Yeah.
And we're a bunch of little kids. And he's kind of like, the third time he goes, you don't want to drink here. Look around. And by that time, we're like, what's going on? And we hadn't noticed. Everything was very posh, very nice. And we look over, and there's some 2 dudes, nothing, not out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
They're sitting there, and then we start looking, and it's like another guy's over here.
Yeah.
It was just like they were talking or whatever. And then we start going, and we start paying attention to the paintings on the walls. It was like dudes, cleanly dressed, like Roman Greek style kind of things. And we're like,
and then the paintings moved because it was real people.
No. We started kind of putting 1 and 2 together. It's like, this is the gay bar that's supposed to be in town. So we just turned around and booked that out of there. But it was so funny because he kept telling us, you don't want to drink here. This is not the bar for you guys.
That reminds me of a story of me and Mr. 3000 on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. So with New Orleans at the beginning of Bourbon Street, you guys, of course, got the Jesus freaks that are like, yo, don't go down here or you're going to die. I was like, hey, I'm here for death. And then walk through them.
Really? This way? That's the death way? Okay.
Can't wait. The sinning is this way. Sins this way.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you go to all the bars, everything is such a vibe, the music, the culture, you immerse yourself, but you get drunk and you just keep walking. And I think they're banking on you getting drunk because as soon as you kind of cross like the tracks, I would say, oh, if you go across the tracks, but it's a legitimate, you walk across and things start turning into assless chaps.
Yes.
Lipstick and glitter. And you've been like, I had a grenade, I had a whalebone, like I'm just in up like, so I'm going across. 3000's had about the same, man. We're walking across and I'm like, the decor seems a little bit more flamboyant.
Yeah.
Is that guy's ass out? Like, what is going on? Like, yo, what's going on? I turned and saw the burliest dude I've ever seen in my life. Like, the arm was huge, jaw like a brick wall, and I saw it turn. I saw him turn. And had the tightest mini skirt on. And the ass was out. Not out of the dress, but just the dress out. I saw the face and the arm. 3000 just saw the ass and the
yo, look at that. Like,
he was like, oh. Was mine. I was like,
go ahead.
Hey, look, I was like, yo, you don't want to go over there, bro. Like, he was like, no, you just want it for yourself. No, I'm trying to tell you don't want to go over there, dude. Like, I'm telling you, man, we got to go back the other way. He was like, nah, man, you just want it for you. Pushes me out the way. All right, gone over there. Turns around. It was like, hi.
Hello.
Let's go back the other way. Yeah, we gotta go back the other way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is that there. You just be like, yo.
But you know what though? Stuff like that makes me happy. Like people living, like I'm a big fan of variety of the spice of life. When I go into a place that's surreal and like it's like it just blows my mind. that's where I feel like I'm alive. Like if it was me and people was doing that, I'd be like, yo, like for real, this is stories. I firmly believe that on my deathbed, I'm gonna be okay with my life as long as I have stories. You know,
Yeah.
there are people out there that have no stories in their life.
Well, I remember
None.
when I used to work for the Bureau of Land Management. There's an event in the desert in Nevada called Burning Man.
Burning Man. I
If
always
you
wanted to
ever
go to
want,
Burning Man.
if you ever want to experience,
I do.
you know, it's an experience. I recommend that you go. You're gonna have
I
a
do.
blast.
What's
I
it
mean,
about? If
well,
you want
it's
to,
just
what's the spice of life?
it's about anything you want it to be. It's just there is no
No inhibitions.
restrictions,
No
no
inhibition.
inhibitions.
It's just in the middle of the desert,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's for over Labor
and
Day
it's like
And
weekend.
Coachella with no music.
No,
They,
nothing like
and
Coachella.
it's a hippie fest. What
Well,
I call a hippie fest. People just live their life their own way.
now it's become more commercialized, but
It's commercial now, but yeah.
when I went, it was probably like the third or fourth.
Can I
iteration
Google
of
it? Let me see.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
Google it. It's so commercial now that
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
They
Burning Man.
Burning
Yeah.
Man.
Because
Sounds like
in the
something
desert,
sounds like something you don't want to catch.
No, well, the story goes as this, because I asked.
42
what's the
ways
deal with
to
Burning Man
ruin
and why the
Burning
Burning
Man?
Man? The story goes that this guy that was, I want to say he was in the tech industry in San Francisco. But anyways, he had a girlfriend that he was living with. The story, I guess, they were in a serious relationship. She steps out on him with one of his coworkers or something like that. Obviously, he gets so upset, and in a way that he celebrated or, you know, decided that it was the end of that relationship, was he took all his belongings to the beach out in San Francisco, you know, and set it on fire. And that was kind of where the origins of the Burning Man starts. Because, hey, Garrick is here. Garrick, you want to come up with us? And
Derek.
Garrick. Hank.
Garrett. Yeah. I thought you said Derek.
No.
So wait, all of this looks like a California Love video. Like they got
it's a little bit of all that. They actually, when I was there, they had a thing they called the Thunderdome, which is exactly what it was. You know, the Thunderdome. They had guys that were twirling fire. They had whips.
Yeah.
And, you know, but
is it always this artsy with these big monumental?
Yes. It's supposed to be. Originally, it was called like an art expo.
Or something like that.
But now it's become like a big old rave party. That's really what it is. It's like a rave party. But it was a bunch. Well, the story goes that the guy starts doing this and it becomes an annual event.
Yeah.
And each year it kept getting bigger and bigger to the point where the city of San Francisco had to step in and shut it down because it was like becoming an entire weekend event. So, being that they couldn't do it in San Francisco, they started looking for a place to hold the event, and they come out here to this dry lake bed, which is about an hour and a half from Reno, Nevada. It's out there in the middle of nowhere. I don't know how the guy comes across it, and he decides to start holding the event there. And it originally started with just a bunch of friends, and then it became a whole big event to what it's now. Now, I think originally you didn't even have to buy tickets; you just kind of showed up on that date, and you would party or whatever. Now you gotta. It's like Coachella. As soon as those tickets go on sale, they're gone.
Yeah.
And well, anyways, it's just interesting because you get to see.
Yeah.
Where's it at? In Arizona, Cali? Where are we at?
Nevada.
Northern Nevada.
Yeah, Patty. I ain't been on no rock. Midwest, we don't have stuff like that here. We have some.
You'd be surprised. No, you'd be surprised, brother. Like everywhere you go, there's an underground scene of people doing their own thing.
Don't you guys in that area have the juggalos?
Well, that's all over the place, though, ain't it? I thought they had both.
Not so much
juggalos.
Yeah, the juggalos.
Insane Clown Posse. If you go to an Insane Clown Posse concert, they'll have the juggalo, their little acolytes or whatever people call themselves. I believe it's everywhere they go. They have those type of parties.
Who's going to that?
The same people that are going to all these other events.
I'm not in that type of realm, man. That's like fast life or something. I don't know.
I remember when I was in high school, I used to go to raves. Dude, everywhere I went to, I went just as long as it was wild, I was there. Most of the places I went to, people had to ask me that they like if a girl would come up to me, they would start out with the same phrase. Gay, straight, or whatever. That's what they would ask. And I'd be like, huh? The first time someone asked me that, it wasn't it was like just a statement. Gay, straight, whatever, or bi. And I'd be like, huh? And she was asking me my orientation.
At the party, or they just do this in your regular life on your way to work? Or?
No, it's at the party.
At the party.
Oh, okay. All right.
At the party, because the parties, people were from all over, all different types of walks of life.
I just thought they was asking you the way that your beard was cut or something.
Well, they would have to ask me. They knew yours. I mean, yours is obvious. So they wouldn't ask you that, but they had to ask me that because I was there. They didn't want to disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Okay. They would just straight up be like, "Oh, okay." My radar is really going off with you. So
I've never got.
We know.
They called him el chocolatote.
Hey, don't diss me in Spanish, man. I don't know Spanish, bro. English, man. It's funny. All right.
All sweetness.
Yeah. In fact, that was his stage name, Sweetness.
Sweetness. And I don't know, Walter Payton got away.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. So I'm gonna take it as disrespect. You two
that trip, that trip to New Orleans really was a big deal in his life. It was a big, yeah. I'm alive.
Kick the door open.
This is what I've been missing. I love these. These are some beautiful paintings.
That's you enjoying the boys' bar as a bouncer.
Naughty booty.
Yeah, no, actually, if you want to see what that whole juggalo thing is, I think Vice put out a little documentary on that event. They have one on Burning Man too, and I think you can find them on YouTube.
Yeah, but just type in Juggalo, it'll pop up.
Okay.
It's something else.
Yeah,
you look at that and you go, "What?"
But see, I love that. I love that about life, man. I love that. In all honesty, I feel like we're talking about this. I want to be 100%. Aquashella is missing their cue, their mark. Because fish people, I believe, are the same types of people, and I'm not talking about their sexual orientation. I'm just talking about weirdos. Fish people in general are weirdos from all walks of life. And they need to turn Aquashella into a weirdo party. You know what I'm saying? A weirdo event where these fish people can be as weird as they want to be. You know what I mean? It'd be great. People running around dressed as fish.
Well,
I just saw LFS that have gets mad business because they have women in the fish tanks.
Oh, I bet they do.
And it was crazy.
I bet they do.
They just were hanging out in the fish tank.
And I'm not talking about necessarily. Yeah, I'm not talking about necessarily a sexual orientation thing. I'm talking about be as weird as you want to be up in here. You know what I mean? Be as weird as you want to be because fish people are freaking weird. Just look at all the live streams and you tell me one thing that these people individually have in common with each other. Damn near nothing. They're just all weird.
I just don't think it might go over like a Coachella or a Burning Man if you ask fish people to just bring their weirdness.
I think it would.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would see guys in kilts. I mean, guys in kilts or freaking, which is not weird.
It's like a whole culture.
If you go to a place where that's thing, but if you have a spot where I want to be dressed as a kilt, I want to be dressed as a LARPer, or I want dressed in a kilt, I want to be dressed as a LARPer, I want to be dressed as a clam or something. People will do it. I 100% believe people will do it.
No, they weren't in a mermaid costume. They just were in bikinis in the tanks.
I mean, look, you have Chattanooga Egg got. Just the goatee is a different color, you know what I'm saying? And if you let people be themselves, I'm sure Aquashella would be a funner event. I'm sure it would be a funner if you just say, "Hey, do whatever." I mean, within reason. Don't hurt nobody. Don't be disrespectful to nobody. But anything goes. No judgment.
They haven't really put any restrictions on them now. They just.
But they don't really encourage it. You know what I'm saying? They don't encourage, and that's one of the problems I have with Aquashella. I feel like I'm there, and I feel like it's on the verge of something crazy could possibly happen with all these weird people, but everybody is so reserved. I'm like, ugh. Funk, there was a guy. What
weird thing would you bring to the table, Funk, if you could do whatever you wanted at Aquashella?
Honestly, I would love it. Hey, if y'all people at Aquashella are listening, hire me. I want to be your carnival barker. I want to be a barker in Aquashella. I want to walk around and get people hyped up with the thing, with the megaphone, you know, and just have people just let loose, cut loose. You're coming from all across the damn country. Come, cut loose, have fun. You know what I mean? I just feel like people are too uptight, you know. But I feel like the possibility is there. It just needs a spark. Spark. That's why they need a carnival barker. And I would do that. 100%. I would do that.
Would you wear a whole ring leader, ring man, or whatever the thing is with the tails and the top hat?
I would definitely wear what are they called? Penguin tails.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely wear a penguin tail and a top hat. Carry around a little stick. Come on. Step this way. Live your life. Live your best life.
You're turning Aquashella into a carnival?
Dude, other than a big indoor mall, what is it? I mean, you know, this last Aquashella was like a mall, an indoor mall, you know.
That's how big it was.
All right, but look at the places that gather the crowd. Caveman, he gathered the crowd, and then he had people doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you have people doing stuff, fun, you know, do this for prizes. He did a court, spinning the wheel or doing cornhole or something, and it attracted people because other than walk around and look at stuff that people trying to sell you, there's really nothing to do. You need to have people there encouraging people doing people stuff. That's my opinion. You know, that's why I think events that have things that are not necessarily for sale, but events like I would love to go to. I really, really want to go to the Keystone Clash because they apparently they have competitions, fish competitions. You know what I mean? So you go in there now. You had who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Hey, I bet you this one wins. No, that one's gonna win. That one's something. You know, instead of just buy this, it's cheaper here, and the prices ain't really all that much cheaper than anywhere else. To be honest with you, that's my thing. I would love to be a barker at Aquashella. I really would. I think it would go over really well. I think people would have fun. I think people would stay long. I know I would. I don't like.
Weren't they getting to that point a couple of years ago, and then they just kind of?
I don't know. I don't know. It'd be something. If it was something like that, where people were, encouraged to be more freer, a little less less uptight, I think it would be better. I think it would be an event instead of some place you go to where you have a bunch of people buying stuff. I think that with the personalities that you find on YouTube, that they could have done more with YouTubers, you know?
Well, I think that's what they were doing, but then for some reason it just
dude, I went there, I had nothing to do.
Yeah, this one was a little lackluster.
Drew can tell you because he got to be part of a lot of that stuff. Well, remember, you guys got on a panel. Yeah. That stuff was all part of.
Yeah, and I got in for free, and they had me. It was like, this is what we want you to do. We want you to go up there and have a discussion. And we up there, we had fun. We had a pillow fight. It was great. Yeah. You know what I mean? This one, I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, just walk around for 2 days?
Well, the thing
3
is,
because Friday.
unless you were attached to a sponsor, there wasn't. It was just
There was
kind of
no,
like what.
yeah. Like I'm surprised that they even like if all the Aquashellas are like they have on this one that just passed where we just are there. I just don't see the point in pay or giving away all those free tickets. I really don't. I really don't. I mean, you could have I mean, how many Aquashella YouTube videos are you gonna have of everybody showing the same stuff? You know?
Yeah. You know what? You do have a point there for something to be more than, because this was my 5th one, and for it to be as lackluster as it was, it just was like the first one, you're excited, you go through the thing, you see the people, okay, you like, okay, yeah, all right, this. But by the time you get to like the 3rd one and the 4th one, you've been through the UV. I mean the where you put on your
The
glasses,
glow in the dark
joints. You know where the salt water is going to be. You know where the fresh water is going to be. But it was to have different YouTubers on panel talking about different topics was a part of a lot of people's day. You know,
Yeah.
and it was a pop-up. It was more of
pop-ups, yes.
Oh, you walk by and you see John up there and Caveman up there and Funk up there, like, oh, what they talking about? Now they're sitting in and they're talking. Plus, it's on YouTube, so now we're getting YouTube traffic. You're getting people traffic, and then without that aspect there, he's right. You're just listening to people just talking, passing. It's nothing eye grabbing, nothing eye catching, nothing to just be like, you know what, I got to run over there and check that out.
Yeah. Like when I walked into Aquashella this year, I saw the booth, the YouTube area was smack dab in the middle. Like when you walk in, it was right there. Boom. It was in the middle. You know what I mean?
The what?
The YouTube area, that black table. It was a big old black table. And it had a couch and some other behind it. And I was thinking, okay, they're going to do more people guest orientated stuff. If they have it in the middle, it was a prime spot to have people, just doing whatever, talking, or getting other people amped up, more amped up. But none of that happened.
I would think.
I thought it was. I would think
even more so that you would get more YouTubers. Not necessarily everybody has to have 300,000 subscribers, but just fun YouTubers, personalities, and each YouTuber can come with their own flavor giveaway game or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That draws the people in. Like, if you come and check this out, by the end of their panel talk, they're going to do random people doing a cornhole contest. They're going to do a freeze tag with about 12 people, and you're going to get like a towel and a hoodie and or something like that. Like that actually would even be a little bit more. But they went away from the content creators, from the new management, or apparently is what I've been hearing. And some of the bigger tubes, they're actually asking them, like, what's happened. And when I was talking to John KG this year, he was saying that even though this was not, the biggest and the best, he said it was 10 times better than Dallas as far as that went, which was sad because all they had was a table. They didn't even have the name tags of the channels that were there. They didn't have
But he's coming from a different perspective, because
but what he was saying was that they've asked him, Primetime Aquatics, some of the bigger channels, and asked them what needed to be done. And John was saying that you're not giving the tubers, you're acting as if the tubers are not bringing in a lot of people. And that's how you're treating it. And so when you go away from the content creators that actually people are wanting to see,
well,
you're going to have a reduction in presence of people. I mean, you put Joey out there, Co-op out there, Ben Line is out the building. You know what I'm saying? And then you bring in smaller channels that have a lot of pep and a lot of
energy.
Now that can transition into, well, we came to see John and we're gonna leave, but now wait a minute, these guys are over here, letting people
turning up,
freeze tag, or they're playing games, they're having pillow fights on stage, like the whole nines.
Yeah,
it's just a different vibe.
And I mean, from what I remember, and maybe this is just me, everybody has different experience. Aquashella really got big from YouTubers talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was a way for people like for me, an instance, to be able to meet some of the people that I would watch. That's really what the whole idea to going to an Aquashella was, to kind of do that meet and greet that was possible.
Yeah. In a nutshell, basically what I'm saying is, as far as having the vendors there, having talks, having people talk and all that stuff, they have that lockdown. They have it locked down, I believe. But once you get in, other than spending money on buying stuff, I think they could do more with the energy. Can you imagine let me ask y'all something. What do you think would happen if you gave Vibes a bullhorn and said, "All right, bro, you got it for an hour. Just go.
That'll go crazy."
You know what I mean? It would be.
Hello, everybody. I'm from Texas. And we're in Texas, so you got. Hey, that'll go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I would love to have the bullhorn for an hour. You know what I'm saying? And I think it would just bring the energy up to where it's an event instead of a sale, a pop-up sale.
And
that's what it used to be.
People could get loose with their pockets when they're having fun, man.
Yeah.
If you're pocket watching, you're like, I want to get this from Wildfish, but then I walked over here and I want to.
Let's go to the beach.
Yeah, but if you got Vibes in your ear for an hour and you're like, oh man, this is cool. What? How much was that? Yeah, let me get that. Oh, wait, what they're doing over there? This is gonna be crazy.
I'm just saying, yeah. Dude, let me get that bullhorn for an hour. We're gonna have fun. Be like, yo. I'm just saying that the energy is the only thing that I've felt. I mean, even at the other ones that I went to, it was like the energy was like, okay. But was he farting? He's farting, isn't he? Yeah. I saw him cock his leg up to the side like that.
Ooh.
That's why you put it on mute?
No, fool. I'm trying to make a call real quick. You're disgusting.
You're the one over there farting on YouTube.
What are you talking about?
You'd be putting it on mute.
I got kids and stuff around here.
That's never stopped you before.
But yeah. Anyway, I love going to places where people cut loose. That's my thing. Where people are having fun and living their best life, I'm happy. Like,
yeah.
I'm not okay. So I say this and people think I'm crazy. I'm not psychic, but I do pick up on emotional cues from people. And if I go to a place where people are just like, I'm here, then I get that vibe and it kind of sticks to me. But if I go to a place where, the energy is, then I'm amped up. If I go to a place where it's a negative energy, I feel negative energy. And I think they could do, it would be real easy to amp up the energy level at the place. That's all.
I fully feel that. I'm an energy person also.
Yeah.
That is it real is big because
yes,
you can see it resonating through people that you even know versus the people that you even don't know.
Yeah.
Because, if you see people in the line excited to jump in there and then they get in there and they spend 15, 20 minutes, you didn't spend the whole, you know what I'm saying? That they didn't even get a chance to really get a whole full effect, meaning that there's something that there's missing. You know what I'm saying? If you're if you're claiming to have the best fish festival, the biggest fish festival, the brightest and the best, then damn it, you better bring it, because
Yeah.
like you said, people are coming from all across the country to come to this thing.
You don't
They're already
even get
spending
to
the money to make the travel. Then they got to do the board, and you're pushing them to get the most expensive room, which is next to or in the convention center. Then they're paying the most of them are trying to get the VIP. You know what I'm saying? So they can get the bag and the whole nines, so they can have a souvenir to come home with. And then at top of that, you're still wanting to spend money with vendors, so that your vendors are happy and vendors will come back. So it's like a big deal. Like, you're gonna have to make it worth people's while, man. And I think it's like worth people's while when they are enjoying themselves to a T. Big Fish Deal 2024.
Yeah, you know what the impression I get out of this is that, and I don't know if this is true or not, but just from watching it from when I started seeing it till now, I think it's getting close to the point now where they might be considering selling the event, and it's kind of because of the.
It's in that transition phase, huh?
Yeah, I think it's one of those where it might be up in the market and they're looking for somebody else to take on the event, and which I quite frankly couldn't blame these guys for taking a payday and moving on to a different project.
You talking about Corey 3G and them?
I'm talking, yeah, those guys,
Sean
the original founders. Where it's, if I was going to cash my chips, this is about it before it starts going the other direction.
Listen, if y'all out there, Aquashella people, give me and Fishy Biz the bullhorn for an hour each a day. Just see what happens. Just see what happens. You gotta do something, because hey, Mexicali right over there. He's pointing out that pretty soon you ain't gonna be the only game you ain't gonna be the only player in the game, because they got local fish clubs is really turning up the notch on their events. So now it's like, do I want to go to Aquashella or do I want to go to the Ohio Fish Club convention?
There's intentionally two different I guess organizations. Here's what's happening is these big reptile events that were just strictly doing reptile are going, wait a minute, there's nothing really big for the fish industry on this side. We're already having an event. Why don't we just add fish to the event? Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they're doing. So Houston not this weekend.
Go ahead. Let me.
I think in like 3 weeks from now, Houston's having this big super show. It had always been reptiles, but now they're doing a whole section with the aquatics and doing saltwater and freshwater, and they're taking advantage of the fact that Aquashell is not really doing anything in the West Coast, and that one travels. There's like eight different points across the Western Coast where they hold those events, and then there's another guy up in the LA area who's doing exactly the same thing. They used to be the LA Pet Fair, and now they're doing it. I think they're calling it the Super Show or something like that, but they're bringing in not only reptiles, they're bringing in plants, they're bringing in birds and aquatics. So we
have new a new president at the Missouri Aquarium Society, and he has allowed some younger guys to take a hold of our auctions and our big fish auction and our big fish swaps.
Yeah.
To the point to where he's getting like a kids corner. He's bringing in all these different vendors to where he's trying to make it as big as possible, similar to Aquashella. But even they got the right idea of bringing in reptile people and fish people, and just to have a little piece of something for everybody, to just bring in more people to the point where we can get it as big to where we can, do something else with it. So, for you have to err on the side of the people, man. Like you really have got to cater to the people. And if you cater to the people, you will have your chips in the different avenues that the people are wanting. So you
Mhm.
can't only do freshwater. Now you have saltwater. Boom. Now you've targeted those 2 markets. Oh, we done jumped into reptiles. Now we've got 3 different markets. Oh, we done made a kids corner. So now you can bring, it's a family event. You know, we have YouTubers here, which we're now picking up different things from different. We got people that were coming in from the UK. Where's
MD?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from Europe.
Yeah. We had them coming into Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta cater to those people,
but here's the thing
and to
too,
keep
though.
them there as long as possible. It's almost like how YouTube Shorts is trying to contend against TikTok. We need to keep them on YouTube as long as possible. We gotta take from, you know, what they've done and make it like ours. So you need to take from what is it that keeps people in a building for hours and hours and hours upon time after they've walked around this place 3 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think really what the big attraction for a lot of these, obviously besides the fish and all that, but I think it's the opportunity to do the meets and greets. I think that's a big thing that a lot of people look forward to when. And I'm not talking about
What the opportunity to do what now?
The meet and greets, like with the aquarium co-op with Joey, you know, the big.
See
big
that,
channels.
but some of that is personality clashes.
Yeah.
That they running into that issue, personality clashes.
Well, they all think they're too big to be in the same room.
Yeah. Or everybody or certain people want to be the biggest fish in that pond. You know what I mean? But
that's what
I don't know. I just think you got these personalities on, you know, YouTubers and stuff that don't mind being up in front of people, acting a fool, you know, causing a buzz, getting people hyped up. I think you get a lot more. I don't know. Did they have a 24-hour live stream, Aquashella? No, they had that one time in Orlando, right? Where they had Aquashella, the YouTube channel, just have it going with different guest speakers and stuff like that when we went, right, Biz? In Orlando?
Yeah.
It may not have been 24 hours, but it was a constant rotation of live. Yeah, but that was Chattanooga Egg that did that, I think, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was running it, but
I thought it was good. But I thought it was good.
Yeah, no, that was on the Aquashella channel. It was just running it. He was the spokesman or the host.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Either way, I just think
that was dope.
Yeah.
That would be like us 3 on here talking about a specific topic, and then next up, Warrior Planet, Vibes, and Garcia. Next up,
but my personal opinion is get it not necessarily. I mean, having the talk right there was cool, but in between that, hey, let's go ahead and get this live camera. You the camera dude, follow this guy around with the bullhorn and see what happens. Go to each and every, you know, the little things and do your thing.
Just even interacting with the people and asking them how events go.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Where you from? You know, where did I go? I went somewhere. I forgot where it was. What I was doing in life. I was in some type of thing in life where the big deal was to see who came the furthest. Can you imagine going to Aquashella and be like, yo, we got free admission. You need to bring up the ID card. Who came the furthest? You know what I'm saying? You know, and having everybody going, oh, you know, I came from Washington State. Oh, no, I came from this place. I came something.
Basic. That's like something you do at a family reunion. You know? Like, who came the furthest?
But it works.
Yeah.
It's simple, but it works.
Right.
You know, get people, hey, you know, get with the CCAM guys. Be like, yo, do you mind? I'm trying to be the 4th screen on the line. Oh, okay, Aqua 87.
That's Ross. He's pretty cool. Ross.
I've never bring him up.
Drop the link, Ross. Come on up.
Yes, bring it up. But imagine this. So I can tell you one thing. Give me the bullhorn. I'll get with CCAM. Right, me and Caveman there talking to people. Hey, who's willing to sing for this thing, whatever it might be? You know what I mean? Whatever it might be.
like a nano cube or a basket
So,
full of sea chem products,
you know,
or
and 3 people come up. Y'all willing to sing? Here, sing a song, and just have them sing badly. You know what I mean? And have the crowd be the judge. Something. Something. You know what I mean? That's just my personal thing. I'll be all about it. Hit me up. I'll bring my own bullhorn. It'd be gold. It'd be regular, spray painted gold, but it'd be gold. I ain't paying for it. I ain't got gold bullhorn money.
I gotta run out of here. My kid is at the barbershop and needs me to pay for his cut.
Well, you might want to go ahead and hop in the chair while you're there. I'm just saying.
Well, there ain't much to cut anyways.
Hey, first of all, you're the only one with a whole cue ball head. So like,
you start his line me up. He'd be lining me up.
You just throw a little turtle wax on that dome and you get all shit and shiny
it's a good
and
thing
ready
that
to
Drew
go.
isn't in the service because he'd be saluting like this.
Yeah.
My stuff is not that bad, man. It's right here.
It's not that good either. It's not that good either.
I need to get some more drink. I'll be right back. We got the Aqua 87 coming up.
I don't know. If he's not, we'll go ahead and call it a night. Because I know Drew's got to go, and and I got to be back on at 9:00 tonight.
Well, you let me know.
Yeah, I guess
you're back on at 9 tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is Aqua 87?
Yeah, he said yeah. Let's see if he does come up. Ross, I put the link up.
I'm gonna run get a drink. I'm gonna get a drink.
All right.
I'm out. I'm gonna holler at you boys later.
All right, you got it.
All right.
Thanks,
Mexicali.
No, thank you, man.
All right.
Yeah, he's coming up. He's trying to set up his laptop, I guess. But he'll be up here. Yeah, no. For those of you that are watching, I guess if you're in the East Coast, it's going to be a real late night stream for me because I'm going on at 9:00 my time, which would be 11:00 East Coast time, or 10:00 Pacific time.
Yep.
But it's one of the shop owners that I went to do a store tour. He's the one that's coming on tonight, which is cool because he's a veteran too. So he's a veteran-owned business, and what he was doing with the store, I think, is a pretty interesting concept too. The way he's got it set up, where he's selling like house plants, aquatic plants, everything that's plant related. He's got a bunch of stuff, so I'm kind of looking forward to that one. Ross he's trying to set up his
I'm not familiar with Ross.
He's out of Maryland. He's also a vet. And,
Aquatica 87.
Yeah, and he is breeding. He's breeding all kinds of stuff too.
Out of Maryland?
Yeah. Out of Baltimore. Sorry, yeah, Baltimore.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Yep. And
so
he was one of my guests maybe like 3 episodes ago. 3 or
really?
4 episodes. Yeah.
I get none of your but like I said, I'm into so much other stuff.
You know, like if you're not subscribed, you're not gonna get.
I'm a freaking member, man. I'm a freaking member.
I know. I'm just shit.
Like I'll watch stuff like how to turn pallet into tables and get $1,500 for it. I'm interested in stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I watch stuff like that. Wood turning. I turned this coconut into a clock or something like that.
I like seeing them where they take the big old knots of roots
and
then they'll turn it into a big old vase or something.
They'll do using that epoxy stuff with the tables. Oh, I wish I could do stuff like that. I mean, I'm good with a hammer, nail, and tape measure and a saw. But I wish I've noticed that it takes more patience with stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you can't be okay with just a sand.
What are you doing, Ross? You doing water changes?
Nah, I'm setting up my table. Well, I just had company over yesterday. It's my birthday, you know, Thanksgiving and all.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, it was my birthday too yesterday too.
36.
Every day is Funk's birthday.
What's up, man?
I'm good. See y'all boys on here. There we go. Got the lights on. In my daughter's room, I got the tanks in her room.
You done took over
the background this time.
You done took over the baby's room? Oh yeah?
She's 14.
14. Man, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I've started cutting down on tanks, and I'm so much happier. Um, I feel like uh, I mean, I say that because I got a small place that I live in, so I kind of had to cut down. So I'm trying to justify it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so much happier with a few tanks, but
Well, I'm in a 2-bedroom.
Yeah, me too.
2-bedroom on the first floor, though. I'm in a 2-bedroom condo
Oh,
on the
okay.
first floor. So I moved from off of the 6th floor in an apartment complex. So I have like 3 tanks. So now I just like I'm going crazy.
But for me, it's the water changes, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just the water changes.
Is 55s though. So
still, I had when I live, like, even now when I do water, I got a water hose that I bring in from outside, and so now I have water hose going through my whole entire house from room to room. Damn. Oh, you got one on the floor level.
Yeah, well, he's producing out of all of those, right, Russ?
What you making?
My goal is to open up my own fish gallery.
Oh yeah,
/ fish store, and I already do ship fish across the country. So
what do you breed?
I breed. Okay, well, I breed angelfish, but I mean I breed different angelfish. So these angelfish I got from Steve Rebecki, upstate New York. He's known for his really, really red koi fish.
Now, is he the guy that developed the war paint ones? Is that the same guy I'm thinking of?
I don't know if there's another name for him, but he's the guy who created the orange marbles. Which is the combination of mixing the gold marble with the orange koi.
Yeah.
And then getting over time of different generations getting the really red color.
Yeah. Now there's this dude, he developed it's a super veil red, and they called it a war paint koi. That's what he called it, at least. What, you got Datinoid up in there?
No,
I can't see it.
These are all angelfish. I have angelfish. I breed angelfish. Pecos, corridors.
I meant to say datinum. I said datinoid. Datinum angels. You know, the half angel, half
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. These are the wild. I think these are Peruvian ultims, so they're not serious fancy ones.
Yeah, they got me like that though, but they look good though. They have that blue on them.
Like this right here, this African cichlid is my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I created him. Well, I didn't create him, but the color. I breed guppies. I breed crayfish, shrimp, white clouds, tetras.
You got significant other?
Huh?
You got significant other?
Yeah.
How they feel about all that?
Well, this gonna be the future one day, so you know.
So basically, what you're saying is that you getting side eye, but you're gonna keep going anyway.
At the end of the day, yeah. If you don't want to have to work no more one day, then we're gonna make this business happen.
Yo, my old lady, she got big eyes, so when she give me side eye, it's like hurtful. I can feel it. You know what I mean? She looks at me. I'm like, oh God, dang.
Well, these guys, I just got these. These are the new color of the crayfish. These new pink ones.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been hearing about those.
So are they pink or they a version of albino? No,
they pink. They like
okay.
Some of them, it's different shades though. Some of them are like light pink. Some of them like Pepto-Bismol pink, and some in between. So I got always when you want to breed something like that, and it's an expensive thing and it's new, you already know there's going to be some kind of gatekeeper where they're just trying to keep it for themselves. They're not trying to give you male or female. You always want to buy at least 4 or 5 or something if you're trying to breed it. Because out of all of these crayfish, I bought 4 of them. Only one of them was a male. So, and
that's how they do.
These were $80 a piece, but I got them on sale for like $60 a piece.
I didn't even know crayfish was like that.
And I have I've been breeding these blue ones for years now. Like I've had these in a 29 gallon for at least like 5 years.
How do you breed crayfish? You do a video on it?
I have a video on my YouTube of one molting, but I don't really have a video of them banging.
I'm just curious, like the whole process of breeding a crayfish.
It kind of looks crazy when they're doing it because you think that the male is hurting the female. It like grabs her and it pinches her claws up against. So, like, say like you're the crayfish, the female's arms are up like this and they're stuck, and the male is clamping them down like this.
Oh yeah, I know.
And then they start moving their little thingies.
That's how I do it. That's how I get down too.
Start moving their little thingies up against each other.
All right.
And stuff comes out.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's done.
I got these rummy nose rasboras. I've bred them. I have the neon green raspberry, the kabutai raspberry. I bred those. I have some rainbow tiger endlers that I got from Lucas Bretz. He's a YouTuber.
Yeah. We was chilling at Aqua.
I bought them from him maybe 5 years ago, and he like a couple years ago I seen him on YouTube, and he said he didn't have any more left. And I'm like the only one that still has his original line still. And now I have like a whole new line from the fish that he gave me. Like they're like the whole body is just gold. Well, let me see. Really
it's funny that you bring up Lucas Brett because I'm not. All right, so Lucas Brett, he's very fish nerdy. You know what I mean? Which I can watch sometimes, but I've never really been
super
into fish nerdy stuff. I mean, I could hang with any conversation. It's just I don't normally. Me and him actually talked at Aquashella for a minute, and he's actually not as fish nerdy as he's not a nerdy dude in real life.
That's why I follow him.
I was surprised. I thought he was going to be as nerdy in real life as he was on his videos, and nah, he was actually chill. I guess when he's talking about fish, he brings it down a couple of notches because I need high energy, So I was really impressed by him on that one.
I'm high energy when I have some energy in me. This is the energy.
What was that? I didn't see it.
Nice little brewski,
Oh yeah.
But that's one thing I've noticed here in Maryland. We have a lot of we have in our fish club. I don't know how we get these spots, but we always find a way to get a spot in a brewery somewhere. And I feel like people buy way more fish when they got a little bit of naughty in them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
You start talking to them about them good colors and all that. They like, yeah, man. No matter what it costs, give it to me.
I don't care.
Up, bruv.
Yeah, everybody trying to act like they got more money than they do.
Yeah,
ain't no thing. And after they got the fish, they're walking out like, God dang.
God. You remember where that extra rent money went?
Yeah. I shouldn't have got these. I've done that. I've done that before. Where you got caught in a bidding war and you ain't want to look like you ain't got it.
Ooh.
And you're like, yeah, I got it. And then you're walking out to the car. You're like, damn. I should have let him go. What was I thinking?
I'm a little more. I'm from Baltimore. I'm too humble for that. I'm gonna bow out gracefully.
It's happened before. I think I paid. I forgot what it was. I know I paid more than I wanted to over some angels that I already had. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah.
That's how it was for me on with these crayfish. I got these miniature blue crayfish.
Are they like the Mexican crayfish?
Yeah, they're like a different species. And they're in the other room. I freaking was on Aquabid and I hadn't seen them in months. And it was from this one guy who had the perfect blue ones. Because some of them, they say that they're blue, but then you get them, they're like brown looking. And it takes a lot of selective breeding to get it to where it's like a really, really nice blue color. And people be like bidding hardcore. And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to spend this kind of money on no crayfish, but I need them. I ain't seen him in a few months. So I spent way too much money. And then you got to add in the shipping too. So it's just like, shipping nowadays too is just terrible. Shipping is horrible. I mean, I spend more on shipping than on the fish sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That hurts. That's more. I would rather my pride get in my way and try to win an auction than have to keep paying all these damn shipping fees for
Yeah.
like 4 fish.
Mm-hmm.
A box that's only like 7 by 6 by 6 or something. It's ridiculous. Weighs 4 pounds, 3 pounds. Like, wow, how is this box $70? It makes no sense.
I don't know. But you want to know the truth of the matter is I know a guy who does ship fish on a regular basis, commercial and private, and he said it's amazing to him that somebody will buy $1 silver from him. $1 silver because the silver dollar is nowhere near how much it costs to ship. You know, like the shipping so much, but people continue to do it. He said it hasn't stopped sales. So I don't know. Oh, he hit the mute button.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
No, I was looking for. I'm like, where's the chat at on here?
You have to hit where it says chat or more. One of those. But when you do that, then it's let me see. I was
now I can't see myself, so now I don't know if I'm looking crazy.
Steve was trying to reach out to you, Russ. He said
that's why I saw something.
Yeah, he was supposed to email you about the red Tapajos.
Hey, Steve, are you coming to the fish swap on the 3rd of December next weekend? Because I'll be in Baltimore. I can bring that pair.
How far do you have to drive to go to your fish events, your fish club meetings?
I mean, well, the only main fish clubs that I'm in is the CCA. It's the Capital Cichlid Association. That's out here in this DMV area, like the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. But this next auction that I'm going to not auction. The next swap I'm going to, it's going to be in Baltimore. So I'm going to try.
So how far is that though? Drive.
I don't know. I guess my meetings are probably like 20 minutes away.
See, I could do 20-minute drive.
Yeah, I can do 20 minutes, but there's another one that from the part of Maryland that I actually am from.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really cool fish club up there, but it's just so far away for a fish meeting. I just haven't gone, you know what I mean? But I am going to their fish swap.
Because there's like 4 fish clubs within an hour distance in either direction from me. And I'm like, God dang, on the weekend, like, I'm not going. I don't go to any of them because they're too far.
Yeah.
An hour too far?
You guys because then that means it's an hour back. I'm in Lakeland, Florida.
Oh, all right. Well, y'all still just got so many fish. I think the focus in Florida is more on saltwater than anything.
You'd be surprised. There is a big freshwater fish community out here, like really, really big. But as far as commercial wise goes, saltwater does really well too. I think they both do really well as a business. I have a friend of mine. He has a freshwater fish store only. Does great. Okay. Then I know saltwater fish stores. They do great. Only I've seen fish stores that when they have fresh and salt, it's 50-50. They have 50-50 salt, and they constantly got it. So I think it's all over the map, you know.
I feel like most fish stores back in the day, like here in Maryland, used to be like that with half and half, and now everybody's the older ones that are still going still have some salt water, but most of these new shops that are opening are all fresh.
You know, the fish stores that I've seen do really, really well, believe it or not, do African cichlids. Because damn near every one of them is $30, $50, $80. There's nothing less. There's nothing below $30, $50, $80. Yeah.
Let me see if I can show you how beautiful some of these OBs are. Because my main focus with the African cichlids is really about color and shape and finish. So I have all 3 of these flavors. So let me see if I can see some of these juvies that I got going on up in here. I got some stuff up in here.
Mm-hmm.
I wish.
Yo, if you ever
Man.
watch Instagram, you need it. If you ever watch Instagram, you know, rock on Instagram.
But the
30
African cichlids don't get any likes on the Instagram.
305 cichlids has some beautiful looking fish, man. He's out in Miami. 305 cichlids.
Oh man, look at that's a new male right there. He just colored up.
I just lost all my African cichlids. All died overnight. Bang.
What, Tanganyika?
No, my peacocks.
Oh,
All my peacock tank.
yeah.
I'm trying to do a video on it now. This weekend, I'm definitely gonna do it. I had a yellow OB like that. That was boss right there. I love that yellow OB. Those blueberry OBs.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think anybody got one like me. I've seen them. I've been looking at them, and my boy right there, his name is Golden Freezer. He is. I'm talking about the best looking, the best shape, the best color because he has the blue face. His face is blue. And even when I do see another fish that kind of resemble him, the color on this guy right here, I only have one other male, and I've been working on this fish trying to get more to look like him, his juniors to look like him, for like a good 3 years. And I've only been getting more of like a darker orange. Like this is his son right here. Like I've been getting these guys out of him. I call this the Knicks line because he's literally like that dark orange with that
orange.
Blue.
Yeah.
That's my Knicks line right there.
Now, well, I guess not. That wouldn't be your case, but I know like Consolidated Fish Farms, he gets fish from overseas, and you could definitely tell the difference between the overseas fish that's been hormoned up.
Yeah.
And you know, they have all that chemicals and stuff in them. And then captive bred in the States where they don't have any of that stuff. You can see a huge difference.
Yeah, because I mean, when you get them, like I remember when I first really didn't know too much about the African cichlids, and you would see them in PetSmart, Petco, and they'd be like 1 inch already fully colored, and you'd be like, "What the hell? I need one of those."
Yeah,
and then
they got
like,
the chemicals. Yeah,
and then
they
like
wash
a year
out
later, that bitch is washed.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell happened?
Yeah, it's a shame, but they don't tell you that. I think a pet store should tell you that the color is enhanced and will eventually go away.
I got these guys from Dan's Fish. These I think I might be the only person on the East Coast with these
What's that?
These Cobra Koi guppies.
I don't know. I think people have them.
These are from Israel. He's the first person to import them from Israel.
Check out what they call
I've seen them on
Gold Coast. Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
The reason why I saw him on Instagram, on some guy's Instagram short, but he was in Japan.
Yeah. It might. I'm maybe. All right. It's a website. I've ordered from them before, and I don't really order gold. I think it's Gold Coast Gems. I think that's what it's called.
Is that the one from San Diego area?
I think so.
Oh, see, that's like I said the East Coast.
And they were healthy when you got them?
No, they ship though, huh?
Were they healthy when you got them? They have a really bad reputation.
I'm probably wrong, man.
Yeah, because the guy Dan's Fish. Oh shit.
You got a leak?
Oh no, I had a spill. All right. Alrighty. That's not good.
I'm gonna find it. Gold?
Yeah, because Ghost. Oh no, that's not Gold Coast. They're called Coast Gems. What was it?
Coast Gems. Yeah, Coast Gems.
Oh, I've seen that place, and then I saw the reviews, and I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
I bought from them, and they were good. Like the fish that came from them were good. Purple mosaic. I got some purple mosaic.
Okay.
Maybe I just got lucky. I don't know, but
yeah, they really do have a bad reputation.
Let me see if it's. Hold up, wait. No, this ain't the same place. No, this ain't the same one. Oh yeah, it is the same place. Yeah, I've ordered from them, and I was really happy with what I got.
Oh, well, good.
They came on time. Everything was alive, and um, the fish were. It's back when I did the guppies. Is where I got guppy stock,
Yeah.
and they were all their fry came out looking good.
Yeah, Coach Jim, that's the one out of San Diego.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was happy with what I got. Thai show guppy.
I haven't.
do a
They're
water
actually
change
out
now.
of Chula Vista, and I haven't had a chance to go out there to the facility itself
Mm-hmm.
because it's further south from the city. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, but I thought that their reputation wasn't very solid, and then I did see a couple of bad reviews, but the images that they have for the guppies,
I was worried about that. I was worried about. I was like, "There's no way in hell that these fish could look this good." But I got them, and when I got them, they did look that good. I was surprised. I was real happy.
That's good. You got a good batch that didn't have any kind of parasites or anything in it.
No, and everything was perfect. I'm not gonna.
You look at these things, and they look like Photoshop.
Yeah, I got the purple mosaic, and I was like really, really happy. What else did I get from them? It was purple mosaic.
Some guppies shipped in there, actually good from a
place.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, next time I'm up in San Diego, I'm definitely gonna have to go check out the store.
Yeah, check them out.
And is that $15 for the pair? That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, that's what got me. I was like, really? But they kind of you'll see that price around with everything. So I think they're getting a bunch of fish in from Asia, and instead of trying to do this fish is this much, they just put a set price for pairs and let it be.
See, I know they were known for goldfish. That's always been their kind of reputation. The ornamental goldfish.
Yeah, they're not breeding. They don't breed. They import that stuff. So
yeah, and I've seen a store tour, and it's you can tell it's an older shop.
Yeah,
that's me putting it nicely.
Huh.
But yeah, no. Well, they have bettas too. They have some pretty.
Dude, I'm so scared of getting fancy betas again.
Why?
Cause man, the ones I got, they got angels now.
I guess so. Let's see what they have for angels. Some of the common stuff are these the Peru ones? No, those are just blue large scale. Peruvian blues.
$100 for what?
Where?
That blue?
No, it's 10 to 35, 30, 20.
Huh.
Where did you see 100?
I can't see. It's little on my screen.
Oh, okay.
Dude, I've never had pandas, but I really wish those pandas are cool. I like pandas.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The only thing that interests me from what I'm seeing here is those pandas. Those pandas actually do look interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I will have to go check them out.
Like I said, I was happy. I had those. Yeah, I got purple mosaic. I got 2 males and 6 females.
Yeah, their prices are pretty consistent with the market pricing. They're not overly expensive, and they're not really cheap either.
Whew.
They're right on point.
Had to do an emergency water change.
What'd you spill? Beer into the
tank?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. So the stand that I was turning the lights on the tank, it's one of those that has like little grates on it.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not a fish shelf. It's like
it's the metal shelf.
Man,
yeah.
I put the beer up there just to sit for a second so I could do something, and bam. But the fish aren't acting crazy, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's like a natural, maybe it's like natural acidity or something. Because my African cichlids, they came to the top of the water, started pecking at the foam.
Oh, they're gonna be drunk.
They're gonna be drunk.
I'm doing a water change
right now with the python.
Hey, Mexicali, I'm about to head out, brother.
All right.
Nice,
So,
nice to meet you, Ross.
Nice to meet you too, brother.
All right,
yeah,
later,
I'm
y'all.
about to bounce too. I realized we've been on for 2 hours.
Yeah, we can
but,
end it here.
yeah,
Thanks for putting me on.
I gotta come back at 9. I gotta get some stuff done before I come back again. So.
I'll be watching.
But I'll see you guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. I know this was kind of like last minute, but if I didn't see anybody really going, I looked at the calendar, and I don't think anybody was scheduled. So figured, why not? So, but thank you guys, and I'll catch you guys soon. You guys take care.
Later.